Hello, my fellow Division agents. Appreciate you coming by, checking out the channel. It's awesome. But I want to go over a build that I saw that someone did here on his YouTube channel called Pureprime. So he came up with a pretty good Pestilence build. Now, normally I've got a lot of different builds that I use in different situations, and if you're a new or returning player, you know, you're going to have something similar, and all the experienced players are going to kind of know what the hell I'm talking about. But if you want to just have a DPS, like a damage build, that's all good. But for me to stay interested in the game, I use different builds for different things because it makes it more fun. So I'm going to go over real quickly Pureprime's build, and then I will link, because it's all, give him all the credit, you know what I mean? I'll link his build video in the bottom of this video so you can see like a little bit of a difference. But again, I used a Pestilence LMG for different things, but I never really used it specifically for a specific build. So this is basically a build he's using. So you got your Pestilence. I've got an expertise up to 20, and then you'll see LMG damage, damage target out of cover, damage armor. And then if you don't know the talent, you can check out the talent right there, hit pause. The secondary weapon, you can use whatever you want, secondary weapon. And then I'm just using the pistol, the quick step, just to run faster in different areas. Now remember, with this quick step, you have to actually have it in your hand equipped while you're running, otherwise you will not, you'll run the normal speed like everybody else. But it has that talent sport mode, so if you have it equipped, like right now I have my Pestilence equipped, but if you have your handgun equipped like that, now you can run faster than most other people. All right, now basically his build is using 3 parts of this Legmo gear set. So we'll go over the first piece, which is a named backpack called the Backbone. Now I just happen to have a couple of these in my stash, but this is the best one that I really had to match something he had. He's using all reds. All the core attribute is like weapon damage, and the other attributes are all red. I didn't have one all red, so it's kind of like what he had, but it's good enough. I rolled the crit hit chance on it, but the reason he's using it is basically for this perfectly unstoppable force talent. So killing an enemy increases your weapon damage by 7% for 15 seconds, stacks up to 5 times, so it's 35% extra weapon damage. So that's the main reason. I don't really need, if you see the Legmo gear set, 1 piece is explosive resistance, 2 pieces skill health. I really don't need any of that shit, but what you're really going for is the 3-piece set, because it gives you the extra 30% weapon damage. That's the main thing. If you have one that's all red instead of armor, even better than mine. The second piece he's using is this chest piece. He happened to say something, he had like a ideal chest piece. I don't have an ideal chest piece. It's the same chest piece, Legmo bomb armor. But again, I don't have one all red. His is all red, but it's close enough for testing purposes, So I've got all crit hit chance, and the main thing, if you look at the stats, was to get as close to 60% crit hit chance as possible. So I'm close enough, 56.4. I'm happy with that. Now, so first piece is the backpack, second piece is the chest piece, and then the last piece is the holster. And again, it's just the shit I have. I didn't have one all red, but I'm a little more tanky than he is on his build. I've got 1.3 million armor because I don't have all red. I have some blues in there. I don't need the hazard protection, but yeah, fuck it. It's on there, and I don't have another Legmo holster. But I do have now that I have the 3 pieces, I have the 30% LMG damage. Now, I have tested this, and I know you guys are gonna give me some crap, but he was using the Fox's Prayer knee pads, and I do have basically the exact same ones. I don't know why everyone uses them for the damage to target out of cover. I wish it didn't come with rifle damage, because 1 piece, I don't need that, but it's all red, which is the same thing he has, and I'm trying to match as closely as possible to his build to get similar results, and this way I can kind of test it on my own. So this is a same knee pads. Now, you will ask, and some people will ask in the comments, hey, Gaming Dad, why don't you use your turmoil knee pads? And I will. We're going to test both of them. You can use either one. You can use the turmoil, you can use the Fox's Prayers. Personally, I think the Fox's Prayers miraculously give more damage, and I'll show you. Now, as far as the mask goes, again, he's using a Palisade mask for some extra armor. I was like, screw that, I'm not going to use that. So the mask is kind of like a give me. You can kind of plug in whatever mask you really want. Again, I'm going to link his video in the description. You can check out his video. But personally, I think it's better to use a Petrov Defense mask. One, I have a perfect one because I was using this on another build. It's already Expertise 12 and it's all red. And one piece gives you LMG damage. So I'm already at 40% plus LMG damage. So it's perfect. It's awesome. And I got a Revive Hive and I'm using the Riot Foam. I'm going to show you. We're going to do this twice. So this one is with the Fox's Prayers. And we're going to knock these guys down. And then we're going to reload. And we're going to knock them down again. And then we're just going to let the ticks happen. So let's see how we do. Now I'm just going to reload. Now we're just going to sit here and watch them. Now the Plague of the Outcast, as you can see, 1.5 million, 1.5, 1.5. It's just going to keep ticking at all these. It goes to somebody over here. Probably this idiot. Now, so back to our main guys here. Now we'll just watch it. It's still ticking 1.2. And it's the targets that are in the back right now, not the one in front here. But look, it's still at 1.3 million, and we're still, look at this. And it'll just travel to the next closest NPC that's near you, which is the guy, I think, in the back. Oh, it was that guy. And there it goes to the next one. Still, but look at this. I'm still at 1.3 million, and we're still going. And it will continue to go if you have, you know, NPCs around you like this. That's crazy, and it'll go off to... It killed somebody. Alright, so now that's with the Fox's Prayers. Now, just for shits and giggles, because I know that I would probably have the same kind of question, we're going to put on the... We're going to switch. We'll go to the turmoil. I really thought, to be honest, I thought the turmoil knee pads were going to be, I don't know, significantly better just because of the talent on the turmoil knee pads. You know, when dealing weapon damage to an enemy, 50% of the damage will be dealt to another enemy within 30 meters. So it's similar to the Plague of the Outcast talent. Whenever an enemy dies with the debuff, 100% of the stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy. So you would think it's like double. We're like double dipping. So we're going to put it back to the same difficulty here. Come on. And we'll do the same thing. We'll knock one set down, reload, and we'll knock the second set down, and we'll see what we get. So the gun's like a little hard to control. But I want to knock these, at least 2 sets of those things down. And now we can just zoom in. I killed that guy. Okay, here it goes. So it did transfer to the one, I think it's the target behind. So 1, 2, 1, 2. 1,000,002. This is what I wanted to see. Last time it just kind of dropped off. If all the enemies are kind of close by, so we're still at 1,000,002, 1,000,001. So it's still strong. I'm not saying it's not strong, but to me, I think the Fox's Prayers are a little better. and it'll just shoot over wherever you see that Plague of the Outcasts symbol right there. You see, it's still strong. I'm not saying it's not. It is. That's what I was saying. I really think that either one are good, viable options. See, he goes over here. He's close by. There, it kind of died out. Well, maybe it didn't. It's still going. And it's back to this guy. So we don't really ever have that many NPCs this close. I think it has to be within like 30 meters or something like that. But it's still going, 1,000,002, 1,000,002. So I think Pureprime, it's a good build, and I have been using it. Either or. Turmoil, it's kind of like pick your poison. Turmoil knee pads or the Fox's Prayers. I think the Fox's Prayers, to be honest, are a little better. The only difference is I went down a little bit in crit hit chance, putting on the Turmoil, because I had 60, as you saw a second ago, I had 60% and 81% crit hit damage. I didn't really see the weapon damage. Let's see. So with the Fox's Prayers, I'm at 118. Let's just see. I never really paid attention. Turmoil. That's the same shit. So it's still 118, but you do get the 60%, which is the max you can get for crit hit chance. So yeah, I think it's good. I've already used it several times, and the great thing about the build is not the run and gun. It's not a striker or a heartbreaker build. You can't just like tank everybody. You have to still kind of like support other people. But as you're shooting one or two or three, like you shoot this guy, and you can just sit back and just watch all this stuff happen. And you don't have to do anything. So for that, it's really, really good. And if you, like I said, if you kill one, all that energy, all that DPS just goes into the next person over. So again, really good build. I suggest putting it in the loadout. I already have it literally in one of my loadouts. So if I go down here, Striker, there, I got it there in my loadout. Give it a try for sure, 100%. The other thing I'm going to say before I disconnect, one, I appreciate all the comments and things you guys put on the channel. It's really awesome. I don't have like thousands and thousands of subscribers, and I don't make any money from this shit. So I just do it for fun. And but I do appreciate the comments, and I will answer. You guys post a comment, I will answer you. The other thing is the Division 2 community. I've been playing this game for 5-something years off and on, and even when Division 1 came out, there's a lot of good YouTubers that put good videos out there, and even not listening to those guys, because I'm not going to sit here and list all the, because I can't remember everyone, but like DJ Tickle or Kamikaze or Nothing But Skills, Rogue Gold, so there's a bunch of other people that put out good videos. I've watched them and I get good advice and things, but the good thing about the Division 2 game and the people who play the game, honestly, I can go in here and I can matchmake with anybody. I'll matchmake some random heroic or legendary mission, especially if you're a new player or even like a returning player. Shit changes, and the tinkering station has changed. They used to call it something else before. I don't remember. But you will meet a lot of good people on the game. Of course, you're going to meet some turds. It's just the way it is. But to be honest, a lot of the people you meet will try to help you, and they'll give you advice on how to get a specific gun, how to run a certain build, how to put a build together. It's super handy, and like I said, I get advice sometimes from people, and I've been playing this for a long time, and I've got a shit ton of exotics. Most of them in my stash, but yeah, it's a fun game. Let's keep it clean. Cut out all the fucking cheating, all that kind of crap, and if you have good knowledge and you pass it on to somebody else, you'll get something in return down there. Keep your karma good. Have good karma. So I appreciate you guys. Again, be safe out there. The country is crazy right now. I don't even know what to say. As an honorably discharged U.S. Marine, I'm very saddened by what I see with